All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts.
All day, baby, let's go! Let's go!
Here we go! Hey, Charlie! 15, Ronnie. 15 miles.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Back to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, Hey, orbit.
They'll set up a throw. And Diggs has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, foxtrot.
2nd and 4. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 9. Check.
They run with Hines. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch the pass. Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Second and 10. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on third down, Locke. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Under 10, 10. Go.
Here's Hines. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 43. This is Hines. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Locke. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Ready? 12. Rush in.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it.
Hey, high 7.
They snap it to Locke. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Give to Cook out of the gun. It was Justin Houston who got him down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. We really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 52. Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Hey, Jet.
They'll look to throw. He finds Humphreys. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here. Complete. Smith has it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
At the 28-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, G. All day, G.
Here's Locke. And the catch made by Hilton. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw, Locke. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score? I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll drop to throw. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Jim, 12.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, here's Luck. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. That'll be complete to Cook. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 yards there, 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Hey, Charlie.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Get it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
58 right there. Yeah.
Hey, Delta.
Back to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
Intercepted. The Colts take over first and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Watch the screen.
After the interception, it's Love. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, defense.
The final shot before the break. Luck. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the... ...32-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Check out. 180.
Silva.
11 feet.
Luck on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off of play action. Luck. He's got Jack Doyle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to let this go end zone for... And my goodness, another interception. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
First down and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now it's Hines. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
They run again with Hines. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Luck. Looking for Campbell downfield. And now here is another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Again, it's Cook. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
60 Pittsburgh.
55 to mine. Defense wins championship.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. I got it. Hey, check right. 2.
He'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and a couple. Luck. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Recon, 132 fighter.
Tighten up.
On fight.
They run it again with Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go. 30 base.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Hey, wahoo. Ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's caught. Humphreys. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Complete to Adam Humphreys. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Vikings.
On the double.
This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
58 to Mike. Switch up.
Snap.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots. And that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. A lot of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. That'll bring up second down.
Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Love. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. On first down, it's Love. Open man is Higgins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Love. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey, let's get this.
Colts going on 4th. It's Love. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
42. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Whip.
Let's go. Chance.
42 to Mike, boys. 42.
Now a play fake, and it's Love. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
We got this.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a run with Cook. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Hey, Haywood.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
2 times. 3 down.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Minnesota, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.